It's the small steps that you're going to make. The first thing is you need to decide, do I want to change, yes or no?
You know, changing is not as easy as... Changing what you do is not as easy as you make it out.
That's the beauty of it. Like, you don't clock this game.
You never clock this game.
You never clock life, as you said. You don't get to that point and you go, cool.
There's always fucking problems,
It's the next level of problems. You're going to have adversity in your life. And you need to understand that.
Welcome back to another episode. I'm going to stop welcoming people back. What do you reckon? I'm just going to start with rolling with whatever we're talking about. Because if every episode starts the same, this is the episode, right? If every episode starts the same, I don't know. What do you reckon, George?
Absolutely. Let's mix this shit up.
Let's change it up.
What's going on, fuckers? You ready to get your eardrums blown away? Because that's what's about to happen in this next episode of $1 Million Days. We're going to be talking sick shit. We're going to be talking things that are going to change your life and absolutely motivate you to get out of bed and get shit happening.
We're here to tantalize.
And we are here to tantalize. That's it. Full stop. End of conversation. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Good, buddy. What's news?
Since the last time we spoke?
Yeah. Heaps of sick things happening every single time. Every time.
There's too much.
There's way too many things. And often we'll message each other and be like, oh, this. And you're like, yep, too much.
Yeah,
we need to stop. We need to slow down. But for us, it's easy because we're very ambitious. We got big goals that we're trying to achieve in both our respective businesses, but also together too.
Yeah.
You know, we are business partners in other ventures too. And we also find that, I find anyway, that we feed off each other.
100%.
You know? And I find it fortunate, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you do.
The feeling's mutual.
Thanks, bro.
It's,
I appreciate it because I haven't always had that. I haven't always had someone that I could speak so openly and honestly to with regards to things I want to achieve and business stuff and ideas. And I'll often think of something and I'll even run it past you just to get that second opinion because I value your opinion, but also it's great to have that person to lean on from a perspective of, I'll tell you something like, no, dude, look, what are you doing? That's way too small. You could be doing this. Like, or I'll say this, what do you reckon? Yeah, that's sick. Cut me in.
Yeah.
Stop fucking around.
I want in. Yeah, I agree. I think there is a huge power in that as well. You know what I mean? And that's the positive. Even sometimes like when you're down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then you're like, and then you get picked up and you're like, oh, cool, let's fucking go. What the fuck was I doing? Yeah. Let's go. You know what I mean?
For yourself.
Yeah. And it's sick. It's sick. And I think a lot of people don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't have, and you know, depending on what you want, you need to find someone that sort of sees eye to eye with that. I think a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
They either don't have someone or they used to, and they're still hanging around people who don't.
Yeah.
Anymore,
yeah.
Which I did for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. And here's the thing about even for most of you that are business owners that listen to this podcast, and some that are not because they just love the sound of our voice, but for those of you that are business owners, it's often difficult to do everything you do day in, day out, and then go home and relay that to your partner because they're not on the same wavelength. They can't necessarily give you the right advice. Absolutely, they can give you support, but it may be that they can't give you that advice in that business decision that you need to make. They can't give you advice in the next step in your personal, professional lives. So you often need to look outside that circle. Now, if you're fortunate enough that you have some friends that are that way inclined and have some really big, ambitious goals, like I love all of my friends, like really great guys, and we get along like we've been friends for over 20 years. However, it's not necessarily the conversation I would call them up and have a business conversation with them because not all of them are in business. They've got very well professional paid jobs, but some of them can't think along those wavelengths. I've got one other guy that's just even well above where I'm at, and I wouldn't necessarily go to him for advice because it's a completely different realm of where he's operating, and it wouldn't necessarily be beneficial for me. But look outside that circle of your own family and friends and who you need to affiliate yourself with, and that sometimes can mean A, you got to get out of your comfort zone, and B, just mingle with some people because ultimately, the more hands you shake, the more money you'll make, but it's also connections too.
Do you like networking?
Good question.
Of course. We only ask the best questions on this podcast.
Do I like it? As in, yes, get to network tonight. Like, let's fucking go. Not necessarily. Although, how sick. That episode. You've already listened to it, no doubt, about the F1. Oh, sick. It just reminded me of it again.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, sick episode. Like, what a great concept that is.
Yeah.
What a great concept. And for those of you tuning in for the first
Okay,
time.
hold on. Okay, so let's break this down. Because I just asked you if you like networking and you went real quiet real quick.
Yes.
And then you all of a sudden thought about a particular type of networking and you got real excited.
Yeah, but only because
What's
of
the
the
difference?
challenge associated with that. So because I've gone in there with a specific goal, like we're saying, no, we're going to outlay $60,000, put our nuts on the line and go, we're going to make that $60,000 back in 3 days. Let's go and speak to every single fucker in that place, get business cards, make deals, and show people that you can make, it can be an investment in your business and your life. So that's what I was excited about with that. But going back another step, do I like it? Man, I don't know if, I can't say I do. I can't say I do. I see the benefit. I hate the type of people, though, sometimes that are there just to network and create deals. Kind of annoys me sometimes, personally, if you're just there to talk to me because you want something from me.
Why does it annoy you?
Because I don't know if it's necessarily genuine. Do you
It's
want
like-
to just
it's like
talk
a
to
fake
me? Yeah,
facade.
I kind of feel that's what it would
Hey
feel
man,
like.
what do you do?
The only
Should we
reason-
exchange cards?
That's right.
No.
Like if you're genuinely there trying to help me, then absolutely. But if you're there just to get another sale, and that's what I feel that can be sometimes, snake oil salesman. You know what I mean? You're coming across too sleazy or the sleazy car dealer, that sort of person. I think if you've genuinely got great intentions to help me in whatever I'm doing, then yeah, absolutely I want to connect with you. If it's just to do my marketing or you want to fucking come and be my main supplier, mate, you got to qualify. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But even for myself, say I'm on the opposite, because if we do this thing next year, when we do this thing next year, the shoe's going to be on the other foot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go in there going, well, fuck, we've got a target now that we've got to hit. We've got to make deals. But I personally, because of my values, would go in there going, no. You do this. This is going to be the best decision of your fucking life. Because I'm a really good builder. I'm a really good consultant. I'm a really good marketer, whatever I'm going to be. I genuinely believe in my product, in everything I sell. And I did this really powerful exercise in my last training, actually, where I was talking about how you believing in your product so much that you would sell it to yourself or to your grandmother, or it's the pill that you would swallow because it's going to give you everything you need. I genuinely believe in everything I do. So I've got no issues selling it to someone. But I find a lot of those people that are in that space where they're trying to network with everyone in the room, they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They're just trying to get as many deals as they can. They're trying to be a hot shot. They're trying to be a legend in their own right. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're trying to give me the best value. You're looking out for number one. So that's my issue with it. The other thing is, it could be a level of arrogance, I think. As in, like, what am I, mate, I'm so busy, why the fuck am I going to talk to you?
Okay, so like, leave me alone.
Yeah, like if someone was talking to me, but also vice versa. I don't need you.
Yeah.
So perhaps that's why I don't network as much as I could. Mm-hmm. In saying that, like we've been involved in business circles, and I've done business with people in those circles as well. There was probably a lot more opportunity for me to step into some of those deals with people where I could go, hey, do this, I can build your home, I can do this, I can do that, but I never actually did.
Why?
I always felt that everyone knew what I did and what I was about, and if they wanted to connect with me, they could. Because I didn't want it to seem forced either. I didn't want it to be like, oi,
funny, I do that too.
Building a house? Let me build for you.
I do that too, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go around begging everyone to work with me.
Not begging. I don't think that's the right word.
Or pitching.
Yeah, pitching's probably better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, you want to work?
I don't go around pitching everyone. Yeah. Yeah, funny though. I don't know why I don't. But yeah, I don't.
Comes back to that question you asked the other day, do you love sales? It's kind of that.
It's very
as well.
related, yeah. Very, very related. But where I want to go with this is, when was the last time you changed your mind about something?
Wow. Don't know. I can't give you the exact moment.
Think about it.
However, I thought, do you have a moment of silence?
Yeah, go. I'll just entertain everyone.
You can just keep talking. Before you do that, though, here's the thing. And I was listening to this podcast this morning. Not this one, guys, outside of this, I do on occasion listen to something else other than $1 Million Days.
Yeah, just
on
in case,
occasion.
just in case you're wondering.
Now, here's the thing: decisions are not as final as people think they are. Right? There's very few decisions that it's the ultimate decision and you can't change your mind. You can't go back. There's very few in your life that you'll take. Will there be consequences if you change your mind? Absolutely. But is it definite? Generally not. Generally not. You can make a lot, like I'm talking a lot of decisions that we make day to day. And too often people are waiting for the perfect scenario, the perfect conversation, the perfect thing, and don't take the appropriate action. Speed, I think, is more important than the perfect decision. I reckon you can execute quicker on speed and make a more impactful result than just waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the conversation, waiting for things to be all in a line. I think speed's critical when it comes to decision making. And knowing that you have the ability to change your decision if you need to, I think is really powerful. And the people that don't dwell are the people that will get the actions, they'll get the result, for sure. And I've tried to incorporate that a lot in my life where I'll go, I've never had buyer's remorse. Like ever.
Ever?
Never.
So you've never bought something and thought,
No. Never. Bought it, it's no good, fuck it, get another one. I've never thought, and this is even before I had a bit of money behind me. Even then, I was just like, oh, whatever, it's a waste of money. I'll never do that again.
do you? It's funny as.
I tend to know my shit. Whenever I buy something or make a decision, I'll commit to it. I get the best decision is the best decision you can make is the one that you make at that time.
The one you can make now.
That's it. That's all there is. Anything above and beyond that, it doesn't that's the decision. That is it. Don't dwell on it. You've made it. Move on from that point. Because if you said, if I wait 2 months and make a decision, then but if you wait 2 months, you could be dead. Yeah. And then you'll never make that fucking decision.
So one thing with that, there's a book called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. And the first law is it's better to be first than to be better.
Yeah. That's
Speed
it.
matters.
Speed matters.
Speed matters.
It was in Patrick Bet-David's book as well on your next 5 moves. He did a whole chapter on speed. He goes speed is so critically important to be able to do something faster than everyone else. Get it. Get the process done. Yeah. How do we make this quicker? Imagine if I could build a house in 6 months as opposed to 12. I'd double my profit.
It's one of the, the value equation?
Yeah.
It's one of the factors.
Yeah.
How quick can I have it? If you can have it now.
Yeah.
What do you think pharmaceutical drugs
readily available?
Well, not just that they're readily available, that most of them you take them and you get the result. You take a Nurofen and your headache's gone in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There is definitely many other ways to get rid of a headache.
Yeah.
Way better, less, healthier ways that you can get rid of a headache in maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But no one wants to wait.
Yeah.
They're give me the Nurofen, but is it Zavance? Because that one works quicker.
Yeah.
Right? Is it Panadol Rapid?
Yeah.
Because that one works quicker. Give me that one. Speed sells, man. It's true.
Absolutely.
Just to touch on what you said as well, what is a decision that you cannot go back on?
Life and death one?
Having a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say life or death. Yeah. I'd say something along those lines.
But anything
something
other than
that has
that?
a severe consequence in a negative or positive way, I guess. Yeah.
Like chopping your leg off?
Yeah. It's not going to grow back.
How cool would it be for your legs?
We'd fucking be billionaires right now. I'll tell you that. If we could figure that out.
Dude, there was China,
let's go.
prosthetics.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, dude, there was a guy there with no arms, wearing 2 arms, and a head thing, and he can control the prosthetics through the.
How good?
Insane.
How good's that?
Yeah, back to the topic.
So a decision I've made that I changed my mind.
A decision that you've made, apart from life and death, is there any other decisions that you make or anyone makes?
I'm initially thinking from a business perspective right now.
Yeah, okay. Is there any other decision a business makes?
Recently I've set a standard in my business where I don't want to work with fuckwits anymore. Not that I ever did before, but I'm less inclined to work with people that are not in line with our business values. And we had a contractor on site. He was doing an element of some work, so some structural walls he was building for us. We got everything ready for him. So my site team did everything above and beyond. The site was absolutely spotless. It was so good for him. We practically spoon-fed him the job. It was that good. And he rocked up on site. This is the owner of the company. He rocked up on site and he complained because where we placed the panels, and it wasn't just like, oh, I wish you'd move them a metre forward. He like lost his shit. The panels were located probably 2 meters further than where he would have wanted them. And he's like, this is bullshit. I asked you guys to do this. You haven't done it. Now I have to pay my guys to move it from there to there. And mind you, like his guys that he employed were, let's just say, of Maori descent, because that's what they were. And
They're big boys.
They're big boys.
Yeah.
And they're both looking at each other going, mate, I can lift one of these panels on my own.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal. But the boss was carrying on like a pork chop. Saying, this bullshit, I asked you to clean this place up. And my site manager was there. He's like, mate, what are you talking about? This place is spotless. I would eat my food off the floor right now. This place is so good for you, and I've literally hand-fed you this whole thing, right? You are ready to go. Stop complaining over this stupid shit. He kept carrying on. And then my site manager, he's to the point where my site manager turned around and said, listen, mate, just fuck off. Get off site, right? I don't want to have this conversation with you anymore. Leave. And he's very rarely, you have to push someone to tell them to leave site, a contractor that we've engaged. Like, that's a decent deal. And he called me up and he told me the story. I said, great. Okay. I called up the office. I said, tear up his contract. Send him an email now. Say, you're not welcome back on site. Do not claim any money. We're not paying you a thing, right? Because now you're delaying us by a week because we have to go find someone else to do this job. Piss off. So I suppose that was reverting back on a decision that we made to engage that contractor, and we've got rid of him.
Yeah.
But because for me, as I said, one of my core business values is excellence. I've got it written on all my signage, it's on my cars, everything. Building excellence. So in order for me to deliver excellence, I've got to then live by that standard. I've got to pay the right people.
Uphold a certain.
I have to. It's one of my core business values that I've got to uphold that standard. So that might mean I have to pay for that. That might mean I've got to do extra to deliver that, which also means I probably charge more, because in order for me to deliver on one of my own core business values, I have to charge more than the average Joe. Now, the average Joe probably would have gone back and said, okay, we'll move it, we'll do this, come in, we'll bend over backwards, you get the job. No, fuck you. We're deleting your details. Don't call us again. You're never working with us. And if we ever come across the same circles, we'll tell people not to work with you too, because this was so unprofessional the way you've carried on. Done. So that's probably the most recent decision that I've gone back on.
So that was the last time you've changed your mind?
Probably the last time, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I'd imagine there are people who would have went through that exact same thing and not changed their mind.
Yeah, without a doubt.
What's the
difference? Out of fear, why?
Yeah.
Difficulty. It was harder for me to then go to someone else.
Yeah,
and
but hold on.
Time, effort, money.
It was not easy for you to do it, but you did it.
No, that's right. But that's you asked me why people wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I'm saying time, effort, money in that instance.
It cost you the same thing.
It cost me. Yeah, well, I said my values. I guess it comes back down to my value, because if I didn't have that core value of we want to work with a better quality trade and person and deliver a better quality product, then perhaps that wouldn't have mattered to me.
So do you think that other people don't want to work with better quality trades and products?
Again, I always say this path of least resistance. It's
harder
for them to do
so why could you do it? And there would be some builders who would do it, but I'd imagine a majority wouldn't.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. I don't know. It depends on people. Like some people
Think generally.
Okay, I'm going to say the majority would continue with that relationship.
That's what I'm saying. They wouldn't have changed.
Oh, they would. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Whereas you changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? Because most people, I'd say, would want to work with better people.
Yeah.
But there is something, and the reason why I'm asking you is because I'm trying to
I think I've got another answer.
Yeah, what is it?
Experience. I've gone down the path of using someone like that before, and it didn't work. And I go back, I go, fuck, I wish I got rid of him sooner. But I continued, even though my gut told me not to. I'd used trades like that in the past. I've used people that were not in line with my business values, that didn't deliver from day one the service that they promised, and as a result, I end up paying for it even more down the track. So this guy potentially came in, didn't give a shit about his job, all the walls are crooked, and I find out after, and then I have to spend even more money to get someone else in to come and fix it. So I've found that over the years that I've now learned to trust my gut more so. And again, by holding that better caliber and standard over myself and the team, we're attracting the right people to our business.
There's I think most people know what they should be doing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I also think most people don't.
I also agree with that.
Why?
Again, I think that it's too hard. I believe it's too difficult for them, or it's a difficult conversation. Like in anything, there could be personal as well. Difficult conversations, they don't have them because it's easier just to, let's just do this, like whatever. All right, let's go. I learned this, where was it? Oh, I had a training I went to recently. You've already completed that one. And it's like, why compromise? Compromise is lose-lose. You give something up, I give something up, and then we do the job in the middle. Why can't it be win-win? All right? Working with an ally is better than negotiating with a perceived enemy. All right, so work with someone that is willing to work in with you. It's always going to be better than having to butt heads with someone that's going to always challenge you on every turn. So I want to surround myself with those types of people. And look, not everyone is going to be suited to work with me. Maybe I'm the arsehole. Who knows? Maybe I'm the difficult one. But that's fine. There's people that enjoy working with me and my company and everything we do and work about. And then there's people that's not. Again, totally fine. But I reckon it's people don't do it because of those difficulties initially. And they probably don't have the foresight to see where this relationship or this decision is headed as well. Maybe they haven't experienced it before.
Is it, that's actually a little bit different about changing your mind though. I just thought of it then. Because new information came to light and you made a different decision.
In that instance?
Yeah.
Yeah. As in just, let's go this way. Oh, no, let's go left instead. Oh, no, let's go right now.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
I was just trying to think of an example off the top of my head. So I'm just trying to... I don't really remember.
Because there'd be particular things. We all have things in life that we...
Okay, I recently bought a new car for a new work vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Never driven it, never test drove it, just saw it. So, yeah, cool, just get me two.
You didn't drive it?
Didn't even get into it.
What?
Just saw it online, called up a bloke and said, do you have two? Yes. Okay, I'll take them. Do you have this colour? Yes.
You bought two?
Bought two. And I won't say the brand. Actually, does it really matter?
Say the brand.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's an LDV Ute.
Yeah.
It's the top of the range Ute.
I'm pretty sure you've already mentioned it on
Did
this.
I? I don't think I did. Anyway, LDV.
No, you were telling about the experience.
No, I don't think I have.
Were we talking...
I haven't spoken about this car before, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I think it's brand new. Like last week, we bought the cars. They're company cars. They're for my employees.
You have. Yeah.
Did I?
Carry on. Are you talking about incompetency when people can't do basic shit?
Oh, fuck.
Right? And I'm like...
Good memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was shit dealer delivery experience.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. Although when I took it back to the service department, they were fantastic. Really good.
Really?
Yeah, really good. Good on it. Like really nice people. Fixed their wrongs. Apologised. Like just they didn't need to. None of that. I wasn't expecting anything, but they were really professional and really nice. So credit to them there. But I bought this LDV and I've been driving it for the last 2 days because I went and got some company signage on the car and had to do a few bits and pieces. So I was driving for the last couple of days. And it wasn't as refined as, say, my Ranger.
Yeah.
Very different cars. Like you can't compare the cars. And it's like, nah, it's a Ute. Like how different can it be? But it is very different. And this is the top of the range of that vehicle vehicle has to offer. It was a much rougher ride, louder engine noise, like in the cabin, just not as refined. But for the money, I thought great value for money. Great value for money. Anyway, after driving it for a couple of days, I then just jumped into the Ranger again and go, holy shit, this is like a Rolls Royce. Like this feels so much better. It is the next level difference. Anyway, but after I bought that car, I was like, okay, well, maybe I should have looked and done a bit more research on the other equivalent brands in that space. Like I was never going to go buy another Ranger. These are company cars, yeah? They're for my employees to drive around, to load up, to use as a work vehicle. I'm not buying them brand new Rangers. I'm buying them a purpose-built car for what I need.
Yeah.
And yeah, perhaps I could have looked at some of the other cars in that space. And then Mike, one of my supervisors, he goes, oh, you should have checked this car out. And I actually drove his car. I go, oh, wow, this drives a lot better. And it was a lot more comfortable. Didn't look as nice inside, but it actually was a much nicer drive. So maybe a decision there could have been, oh, or maybe I should have checked out other cars, perhaps. But in that same token, I don't care enough because I'm not driving the car every day. Like it's for them. And I think I look at value as well. I'm a very big opportunity cost type person. So I look at it as far as, well, the money I'm paying, the features I'm getting, and so on and so forth. So I make my decisions. And I still don't have buyer's remorse. Still don't have it. Like, that's great. This is what we're getting. It's got 7-year warranty. Run them to the ground. We'll use them as we need to. We'll sell them when we're done.
What do you think buyer's remorse is?
You regret your decision after you've made the purchase. So you might get caught up in the moment. Actually, you know what? I see people do this all the time. For example, buying a training course. They come to one of our trainings and they get hyped up. They're so excited because we put on a show, an amazing show. We educate, we motivate for the time being. And people go, yes, I want to be a part of this. I want to achieve excellence in my business. I want to get the results. And then they get stuck into the work. And they go, oh, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have signed up. My wife's going to hate me. My wife's like, we don't have the money anymore. I can't find the money in the business. And people back out. They don't commit. And as a result of that, I've seen they just fall into the same shit all over again. They fall back into the same old habits and nothing changes in their life. So, yeah, it's I reckon the fear might come into it a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah. There's just like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. This is too much of an investment. People are going to think about me weirdly in whatever the purchase is or commitment is. It doesn't have to necessarily be a monetary exchange. It could be a commitment to something.
Yeah, but that would be different. Isn't that different to buyer's remorse?
If it's not purchase.
I don't know. Is it?
Well, I was saying, let's use the example of a boyfriend, girlfriend. You go, cool,
Yeah.
I want to go out with this person. Actually, recently, my cousin's friend, I don't know him, but otherwise I would name him and shame him right now.
Just give him a name anyway.
Frank.
Frank.
Got married.
Yeah.
And been with a girl for 7 years before they got married. Married for 6 months. She wants a divorce. Yeah, like maybe she got buyer's remorse. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, this isn't what I thought it would be. And now she goes. And wants the call quits. Potentially that's it.
Nah, surely, in a case like that, surely something's happened.
I don't think so.
You reckon nothing's happened?
Yeah, he's explained the situation to me.
Fair enough.
And I think she just didn't think it was going to be what she thought in her head. That's all. She thought it was going to be here. Maybe she's watching too many Disney movies. I don't know.
She's cuckoo.
She thought, yeah, a little bit. Could be that. From what I've seen, what I've heard. I know nothing about these people. I've never even met them. I'm just saying where that scenario goes. But perhaps that's a level of buyer's remorse. She's gone, holy shit, this is not what I want anymore. I'm out.
Is that?
She's brought into that relationship in the sense, physically, mentally. And now she's in it and goes, well, fuck, is this what the next 40 years is going to be like?
Is that buyer's remorse, or is that a fear of commitment, or is that a awakening, like awareness, and being like, what is this it? Because I sometimes do, dude. Like I've gotten into positions where I'm like, okay, I used to work at Mercedes-Benz. I became an advisor at 22, whatever. And at the start, it was unbelievable. I was making great money for my age. I was driving around in a brand new Benz. It was cool. I just moved out of home. I was living on my own, driving a brand new Mercedes, wearing a suit and tie every day.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like
pinnacle, made it.
Yeah, I was like, this is it.
This
like,
is
you know what I mean? I'm never leaving this place. Dude. Making bank, like, and then maybe 12 months, 18 months, and I'm like, is this it? Like, is this it? Like, that's it, next 30 years? You know what I mean? Like, this is it, and she'll stay here. And yeah, I freaked. And I was like, can't be. Like, what's
so that's
next?
a good thing then. Do you know what I mean? From that remorse.
You could also say that, I don't know this guy or girl, but you could also say Frank's wife. It's the same sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what
I said to him, this is the best thing that's ever happened.
Better now than 3 kids and a decade down the track.
I know a few people that's happened to, where they got married and then they divorced not long after. And I'm like, that's the best thing you could have ever done. And I know other people who are 2 kids.
How much are you lacking awareness in the relationship?
It could be a whole bunch of pressures in that instance. It could be good on paper, all right? Maybe they're both Greek, both come from nice families, or both Lebanese, nice families.
Didn't you say they were together for like 7 years?
I'm talking about a different example now. But I'm just saying, let's think, but even that scenario, like all the families got along, everything was great, whatever it means. But I don't blame that girl in any instance. This is the best decision. If she feels like that now, doesn't see a way forward, 100% you got to break it up. Like,
do it now. Yeah, do it now.
Because once you have the kids,
shitty now, it'll be fine later.
That's right. Once you have all these other things in place, it's a different ballgame.
It'll make it so much harder.
It's a different ballgame then. Like you don't have too many expenses together. You can break amicably without too much going one way or the other. It's like, cool, this didn't work. See you later. All the best with your life. I'm doing this now. And yeah, that can be a right move for them. But I've seen other people that I know where they might be 2-3 kids deep, and you're like, they're telling me about their lives, and it's like, oh, this is going and this is going. I'm like, dude, that's not normal behaviour. Yeah, you can't be acting like that. You can't be doing this. You can't. And I don't give advice because it's not my place to step in anything like that. And if they come in and say, you told me, I said, no, I didn't fucking say shit, bloke. Right? But I've seen other scenarios and other people that aren't in great relationships now, and it's 7 years down the track.
Would you like for someone to tell you?
Perhaps. Some people need it. It depends how good of a friend you are, I suppose, and how close you are. And you almost need to not give a fuck of the consequence. Do you know what I mean? You have a missus, all right? She comes in here and she just walks in now, stops us from casting. All right? First of all, I'm throwing the fucking chair at her. I need you to understand that. Don't ever walk in here whilst we're casting.
Not before me, you're not.
Before me. But let's just say, okay, we're all out. We're friends, and she's talking to my missus. And all she's doing all night is bagging you.
Yeah.
I fucking can't stand Robbie. His parents, his mum's this, his sister's that, his brother's that. He's a joke, all this sort of shit.
Does that shit happen to happen? And they're in a relationship.
Sorry?
And they're in a relationship.
What do you mean?
Like, I just don't know anyone that does that.
I know of people that have done it. It's the past to my wife. All right? And we've had words. I'm like, dude, you can't, not to my wife, she's like fine, but even like friends of friends, like in circles, we've had people like that. This is many years ago, mind you, not recently.
So someone's raving on about.
Yeah. Like, dude, if you hate the bloke, like, don't fucking talk. Like, break up. Break up. Now, again, if I'm good friends with you now, I'd say, oi, this is happening. I need to tell you because it's becoming an issue because it's involving me and other people and our mates, and she's talking shit about you. And I love you. You need.
I would want to be told.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, I would want to be told.
Listen, I'm telling you this as a friend. You can take it however you like. You can hate me for it if you want to choose. I'm good like that though. In the sense that if you want to hate me because of shit that's going on in your life, I've done the right thing. My conscience is clear.
100%. Let me flip the script though, because that's like knowing something and you're like, do I tell them? Do I not?
Yeah.
Whereas the other thing is like, I come to you and I'm like, yeah, man, I, did this or saw this other chick the other night. And then you're like, dude, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
But then you're like, do you tell them?
Do I tell who?
So if I had the bad behavior.
Yeah.
Right?
And you're hooking up with other birds while you're with one bird here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would want, if I was doing that, I would want people to tell me.
You up.
Or I would probably tell my mates and be like, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, either leave the girl alone or guy or whatever it is. Like, whatever it is. It could be a business situation. You could be ripping someone off. You could be cheating on someone, whatever. I feel like I would say something. Yeah. I also would like to be told if I was doing something that wasn't.
Yeah, I agree. And I do agree with that. And I think that comes more with experience in life.
Yeah, because you know how to take it and give it.
No, that's right. But also, again, I have a higher level of standard of people that I want to be around my life.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for example, you're going out, you're cheating on your missus, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing drugs on the weekend, whatever it is. I can't ever have a proper conversation with you. Loose lips sink ships. I can't tell you something in confidence and saying, listen, Robbie, I'm going to tell you something now, man. You can't tell anyone. I've got zero confidence that you'll keep that promise because of the actions that you're doing outside of that. So my conversations with them are like either, cool, I'm reducing my time with Robbie. He's great to hang around with. He's fun. We do a podcast together every Wednesday, whatever it is. But other than that,
I'm putting a limit.
That's it. Yeah. My limit, my time.
That's a line.
Yeah, that's right. Above and beyond that, again, if I really valued everything we're about and what we do, I say, listen, dude, I'm going to tell you this as a friend. I don't think the way you're living your life at the moment's great. It's not, I don't think that's who you are. If it is who you are, that's like no judgment, you do you. But what you're doing to this poor girl, it's not the right thing. She loves you, adores you, everything, and you're out brooding 15 other women at the same time. Mm. And maybe when I was 21, I'd be giving you high fives. Do you know what I mean? This is where I say your age and your maturity and your values change, because I had, back in high school, I had mates, or a couple of mates that had girlfriends, and then we'd go out with the boys on the weekend, and then they'd be cheating on them every single time. They'd walk around giving high fives to everyone I picked up. I'm like, yeah, okay, but It's all right. Like, do you know what I mean? And maybe you don't have the confidence to say anything back then either.
Oh,
because
when
you'd be
you're much
friends
younger,
also with you'd end up becoming friends
you're
with
like,
the
if I'm the guy who tells them, everyone turns on me.
right.
Yeah, but that's when you're young.
That's
like,
right. That's what I
very
mean. That's
different.
what I mean. So it's a different conversation from that perspective, being younger. But now, absolutely, that would go very much against my core values. So I would say something to you and say, "Oi, can't do this, bro."
You just reminded me, man. I had a mate. Got a mate.
Got it, mate.
He told me something about his. He was actually like a silly. It wasn't a bad thing. It was like a silly complaint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you? It was like something about what milk his daughter's drinking or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, bro, I've had the worst day ever. And I come home and she's trying to explain something about milk to me, and I'm just looking at her thinking, like, do you think I care about the milk?
Oh, dude,
like
this happens all
milk?
the time.
Yeah, like what
This happens all
milk?
the
That she's
time.
not drinking that milk. Like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
is she okay? That's it. Like, you know what I mean? I've got
this
a million fires I'm trying to put out.
Yeah.
I don't
this is
give
big
a fuck
problem.
about the
This
milk.
is a big problem with relationships.
Is it stay-at-home mums?
Potentially, not necessarily.
Because you got to remember, that milk thing, that's all she got.
It's a big fucking deal for her.
Yeah, it's massive.
Exactly.
You're like, this is the highlight of my day.
That's right. You're in the four walls with a child for fucking 3-4 years, whatever it is. Oh, she did this today. But that was a big deal to her.
Yeah.
But this is where a lot of relationships can break down in that perspective, because they don't understand what's going on in your world. You don't understand what's going on in their world, right? And this happened to one of my clients. I think I mentioned it on the podcast a few weeks back. But came home, the wife said something in passing, and he blew up. All right, it's like, fuck, you serious? If everything going on, that's what you're upset about right now. Like, and lost his plot. And then they got into a big argument. They didn't speak for 2-3 days, but that didn't serve them in any way whatsoever. That relationship, that whole conversation. But it was because they weren't communicating and having those open conversations, and it's so important, so critically important that you have those conversations every single day. If you're in a relationship right now, every Thursday, lock it in and have a conversation with your partner.
Weekly meeting.
Fucking oath. Have a weekly meeting, schedule it.
It's a thing.
Have it. Oi, what's bothering you? This is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. This is what we're doing, and so on and so forth. A great example. I know the numbers inside out of my business, right? My wife has no fucking idea. No idea. Nothing.
Why would she need to? Imagine you come home and she's like, profit margin down.
Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, fuck, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. Keep me accountable.
Get pulled up.
No, but my conversation, where I'm going with that, it's not necessarily that she needs to, but it's like, well, what's the plan moving forward to do X, Y, Z, right? New cars, house, holidays, so on and so forth. Like, where's the life going over the next 3 to 5 years? What are we doing? How are we lifing? Now, I need to sit down with her and say, cool, this is what I've got work-wise. This is the money that I'm expecting to come in. With this money, we're going to do this. We're going to do these investments. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
You on board? Like, I'm going to need you not to buy a new car next month. Do you know what I mean? We've got to hold back on getting that boat or buying that holiday house.
That's just good communication, isn't it?
But so many people don't have it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's expected. Oh, you do that, I'll do this. You look after the money, I'll look after the kids.
Doesn't she know I'm doing this?
It becomes that disconnect. And it's also that resentment too. I'm home all day fucking looking after the kids whilst you're out there having coffees and doing podcasts.
Yeah.
All right?
You're like, do you know how hard I work? Do you know how much stress I take on?
Yeah. Really? Well, the fact that you can fucking open up the fridge right now and there's food in there, you're welcome, right? And then it's fucking on for young and old. Do you know what I mean? Massive disconnect. So that communication is so critically important to every relationship. Sorry, everyone in a relationship right now. Got to get your partner on board in the sense that weekly meeting. Hey, this is what I'm doing in my life right now. This is what I'm doing. I'm really stressed at the moment. I've got this on. I'm really stressed at the moment. I've got this on. My friend wants me to play tennis all week this week because she's making me feel bad because of this, and this. That's big in her world, right? I've got to play tennis all week. Are you fucking serious? At Kooyong?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's your problem.
Living large.
The membership is $10,000. It's a bit annoying, but Amex is good. What?
But they take Amex.
But that's how I get the points. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Right? But that is big in her world.
Yeah.
Whereas in your world, it might be this, and this. But if you don't communicate that to her or to him, how are they ever going to know? And then they might be like, okay, cool, yeah, I get it. We're trying to get the holiday house. We're trying to go on holidays next month. We're trying to buy a home. maybe the tennis club membership isn't the right thing to bring up right now. You know, I can actually avoid going that. And then the relationship strengthens.
You know, two things. I heard this thing the other day. Yeah. Actually, you're talking all about communication.
Yeah.
And I heard this thing the other day. I can't remember who shared it, but it was about, Tim Grover?
Yes.
Tim Grover, he coached Michael Jordan, one of the highest performing athletes, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And he says early on in his career, he used to travel a lot, for work. And he was going away and he's like, this is the most difficult thing I've ever been told. And he's like, his daughter came up to him and she might have been like 4 or 5. And she said, why do you have to go away? And he said, I've got to go do work so that I can put food on the table and da-da-da and so forth. And then she goes away and then she comes back and she says, if I eat less, would you stay home more? And it's just like, fuck. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's just, I don't know why what you said reminded me of that, but I wanted to share it. And I think
there's more to that story.
Hey?
There's more to that story.
Is there? I don't even know what's up with that.
Yeah. Do you know what he did?
No.
He went to work.
I think I knew that.
Yeah. He went to
Where'd
work.
you
There's
hear
a lot
it?
of people. It was on Instagram.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, you know what I did? He goes, I kissed her. I said, I love you. He goes, but I'm going to work. All right. And he goes, it wasn't because I wanted to spend, of course, I wanted to spend every moment of every day with her. Because as my role as the man and the provider for the family, if I'd stayed with her, I couldn't give them the life that I wanted to give them and that we'd discussed. And that she needs to grow up understanding that, yeah, Daddy was working hard, he loved me, but he did that for me as well. Right? And then that's the standard that I'm going to grow up one day and expect for myself, for my husband, partner, to look after me and do the same there.
Provide, yeah.
And as heartbreaking as that moment would have been, because any father that hears something like that, like, dies, especially if it's a...
But I'm not even a dad, and I heard
exactly.
it, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, 100%. And my daughter said that too.
Yeah.
She'll say stuff like, can you not go to work tomorrow? I said, no, sweet, I have to go to work every day. I'm never going to stop going to work. I'm always going to be at work. Okay, but I'm doing it for us, for family, for everything. That's my job, is to look after you. And the way I combat that, especially lately, I've put my phone now that it's on, like, it automatically goes do not disturb at 6 o'clock. No one can reach me. Like, I don't get notifications, nothing. It just sits on the charger and I won't pick it up until they go to bed. And now I play like Uno with them every night. Like, I'll do stuff. Yeah, I do stuff. Like, spend quality time with them.
Yeah, present.
I coach my son's football team. Like, I spend quality time with them doing those sorts of things. That coaching, like, during the week we do a training session. That's during business hours. Like, I have to leave work early to go do the coaching thing, but I'll do it. I'll make it happen every single time. Because and this is what made me, like, emotional. My wife was talking. She goes, "Yeah, my son was like, he's told her how much he loves me coaching the team." He goes, He goes, it's like the best thing ever.
That's sick. That would be worth everything.
What fucking job am I going to win that's going to make me happier than hearing that? What amount of money am I going to get that's going to make me happier than hearing that? Nothing. Get some fucking perspective, guys. You know what I mean? Get some fucking perspective. If that's find what truly makes you happy, and that's what it is. All right? For me, anyway.
I think for everyone, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what's, I asked you the question about what changes. When was the last time you changed your mind?
Yeah.
You know what's a big wake-up call in life? When you get what you want and you're not happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Have you experienced that?
Yeah, man. Like, you think, oh, fuck, if I only had this much money. And then eventually you make some money. And it's sick at the start. And then it becomes, But my perception of life was always, I needed this one thing. And once I got it, everything else would be okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
And now I've got that thing and I feel the same way. And then it's like, fuck, what now? And that is a hard position, dude. Because now you need something new to look forward to. Something, what's next? Like, what's that next thing?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And even when it first happened to me, I didn't know that I needed the next thing. I thought something was wrong. Because I didn't understand that something, again, another thing comes and you level up. You know what I mean?
And that's the beauty of it. Like, you don't clock this game.
You never clock this game.
You
dude.
never clock life, as you
Yeah.
said. You don't get to that point and go, cool, we're done.
Yeah, you don't get to the
Game
point where you're
over.
making a certain amount of money, or you have like the right relationship, and there's no more problems.
That's it.
There's
It's just the
always
next
fucking
level.
problems,
It's
yeah.
the next level of problems. And you're always going to experience difficulties and heartache. Like if you think you're going to get through this life without your mum dying, or your dad dying, or your dog, or heaven forbid, a child, like you're going to, or a partner, you're going to have adversity in your life. And you need to understand that. And a lot of us are not mentally and emotionally prepared for when that time happens, because so the vast majority of our lives is, generally speaking, for those of us that are blessed to, issue free until that moment when it does turn to shit. And then how do you act thereafter, and how you react to it and that issue and all that sort of stuff.
How do you react leading to it as well? Like you know that at some point things are going to happen. Like it's inevitable.
Absolutely. I mean, we're at the age, both of us, that our parents could, touch wood, even though they're still relatively young, could get a phone call. You know what I mean? And it could happen. And it's like, oh, fuck, maybe I should have gone to their house this weekend for dinner, or for lunch or whatever it might be. So again, probably comes down to everyone's so busy in their life, everyone's got so much going on, but when you do have the time, just make sure it's quality time.
So what if you don't, though?
If you don't have what?
not if you don't have the time. What if you don't do those things? What if you...
Can you live with the consequence?
Well, what if you consistently... changing is not as easy as... Changing what you do is not as easy as you make it out to be. And you'll always make excuses. Next week.
Yeah.
I'm busy. There's a lot happening. I'll go see him whenever, or I'll go do this whenever, or I'll start eating clean in a year. You know what I mean? Like I need this. Like it's not a focus of mine. I'm trying to focus on making money. The Maccas and the Five Guys every night just to get me through for now because it's there.
Yeah.
And how do you change that?
Go for a walk. And what I mean by that is do the smallest possible thing you could do to make the change today. Because there is something you could do. Right, you want to stop eating shit? Okay, tonight, order sushi. Don't order Macca's. Order sushi. Make a home cooked meal. All right.
Don't make
it. Uber a nice, healthy meal. Uber something less healthy, less fattening. Might not be Macca's, might be Nando's. I don't know. Just do that one thing. So
the 1%?
Yeah, the 1%. It's going to count. It's going to count. And there was this person, I can't remember, I've heard it a little while ago, but effectively the person was bedridden, couldn't get out of bed, physically fine, but just mentally couldn't get out of bed. And the psychologist was speaking to him and said, might have even been Peterson actually, said,
Jordan Peterson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, can you sit up? It's like, yes. Okay, can you walk to the door? It's like, no chance. He goes, okay. Can you put your feet over the edge? He goes, can you put 1 foot over the edge of the bed? He's like, yes. It's like, okay, do that. He goes, then lie back down. That's still 1 foot more than what he did yesterday. All right? And then keep doing that for the rest of the week. I just want you to sit up and put 1 foot over. And then he goes, okay, wake up. Now put the next foot over. And he put 2 feet over. And do that for the next week. So now I want you to stand up. He stood up. All right, next week. He goes, now, do you feel comfortable walking to the cupboard? It's like, yeah, I can take 2 steps. I could do that. Walks 2 steps. Okay, go back to bed. And before he knew it, over the course of that year, he was at the door.
So incremental.
He was at the hallway. He was at the fridge. He was at the front door. He was at the car. He was driving. Or he was taking the dog for a walk. Okay? It's the small steps that you're going to make. The first thing is you need to decide. Do I want the change, yes or no? Do you want the change, yes or no? Great. Then
hold on. So, okay, there's a lot of overweight people who say, yeah, they want to lose weight, yeah.
Yeah. They don't make a change. They don't decide, yeah, I want to, but they don't make any commitments to it. Okay, stop eating that much. All right? Skip a meal. It's hard, yes. Everything's hard. Everything is hard, especially at the beginning. Everything's hard. I used to do this myself. I would always, and to a degree sometimes do still, always prioritise work over my own health. Okay, and what I mean by that is not exercising. I was like, nah, I am going to get more out of coming to the office in that 1 hour I could be at the gym. I'm going to get more out of that than what I am working out. So I'm going to come to the office, and then before I know it, it's the whole week I haven't worked out. It's the whole month. It's half a year. It's a full year that I haven't done any exercise whatsoever. Now I block out in my calendar as one of my most important meetings, me going to the gym. Whether it's first thing in the morning, whether it's during the work day, whatever it is. And I go. And I feel significantly better now, having done it consistently for almost a year, working out at least 3 times a week, lifting heavy weights, pushing myself. I feel better. I look better. I'm mentally better as well. And it's now just a way of life for me. And I'm getting the results. I'm pushing towards those results that I want. Now, will I have it in 3 months? Not necessarily. And I spoke to my trainer the other day, and I actually asked him this question. I said, we've been training now for 9 months consistently. I said, would you expect me to have been further advanced? He goes, what do you mean? 6-pack. And he goes, you look at people that can, if you want a 6-pack in 3 months, I'll get you a 6-pack in 3 months. He goes, I can do that, no worries. Get it for you in 2. He goes, but you can't do anything else. He goes, you just got to live and breathe training. Training and eating, that's it. That's all you got to do. And I goes, I'll get it for you. He goes, the problem with that is you have kids, you have a family, you have a life, you have a business. He goes, you can't commit that. He goes, the people that you see walking around looking like that can commit themselves to that level of training for that level of time. He goes, you don't have that. He goes, so it really comes down to how much are you willing to commit to get to those results in a certain amount of time. And yeah, that was great to have that conversation with him because I go, yeah, you're totally right. Okay, even though I am still training a lot and working a lot, it hasn't been my number one priority. Like I said, I've been so busy at work, that's been my priority. Even though I've been fitting in the training, I've been eating pretty good. Best times where I have ice cream, yeah, absolutely. But I needed to make that commitment. And then again, when I first started training, I wasn't training 3 days a week. I was training once. I was doing PT once a week. And then I was supposed to go in on my own. Like he's scheduled 2 other sessions with me during the week. And he goes, cool, we're going to train Wednesday together. And then Monday, Friday, you're training on yourself. I go, yeah, sweet. Didn't go. But I kept going to my 1 sessions. I'm like, you know what? I would go every now and then, but I was always prioritising work. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to pay you. I need to go 3 times a week. It's done. I said, cool, maybe I'll do 5 times a week. It's going to cost me $2,000 a month. Whatever. Like, commit. What is it going to be? What is it that you want to achieve? Now, I've done that. I've committed to going with him, being training consistently. I personally needed that person to keep me accountable. Say, no, I'm here at 6, I'm here at 7, you're here at 7. Go. Lift this much. Like today, I was doing not squats, leg work. And I did a personal best, 110 kilos. I'm like, cool. He goes, we want to get that up to 120 in the next 2-3 months. I said, okay, cool, let's do it. Like, it was hard. It wasn't easy. Like, my hands, I got calluses. I was physically exhausted. Like, it was very difficult for me. Whenever you're going to achieve growth or have any level of success or anything in your life, there is going to be a level of discomfort or pain. Just the nature of life. Like, as we said last episode, did you expect this? I wanted to have a Ferrari. I want to have a Lambo. I want to have the multi-million-dollar home with the chopper pad, with the super yacht. Did you think that was going to be easy? Think about what you want in your life. Do you expect it to be easy? Of course not. It's going to be hard. Do the reps. Make the decision. I think that's what it comes down to.
What about the people who... Yeah, there's a bunch of people, like, do you ever get... do you have any mates who say, like, oh, I don't need $1 million. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, it's like they've convinced themselves that it is not going to, they don't want it, but it's almost like they've convinced themselves that it's not going to be worth going through what they need to go through together.
Not specifically. No one specifically said those words in that way.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've heard someone
without a doubt.
say it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like, money doesn't make
and
you
it's
happy, money's the root of all evil, those limiting beliefs.
Yeah, and it's like, no, right? Why do you need that much money?
Yeah,
like,
you
there's
don't
no
need
reason
that.
for you to have that much money.
I've definitely been around people and
they'll see you
and
as like, that's greedy.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like, is it?
Yeah,
You understand
look at
that I'm making that much money. Do you know how much people I employ? Do you know how many jobs I put out there?
Yeah.
Do you know how much money circulates through this business, feeds families?
Yeah.
Do you know how much dreams we make come true?
Wow.
Do you know how many other people I help?
That's a good way to look at it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a whole different perspective.
Yeah,
You
how
know?
many people you support?
You've got a cleaner. Yeah. That cleaner needs to eat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't have any food.
I don't clean the toilets here.
Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
And
it's a bad use of my time.
But how does that person change their mind around that? You know what I mean? Like,
do you think some people are stuck in their ways, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking
I think
oath.
there would be. I think there's a lot of people that have checked out early in the game.
But those people don't, most of them don't know they've checked out. Some do, but most don't.
I don't
Most
think
don't.
they'll ever admit it because it's a difficult conversation to have with themselves. It's a difficult admission.
Mate, most conversations with yourself are difficult.
Yeah, but it's also
You
a
don't,
difficult
no one ever
admission.
says, "Hey, how are you? Good, yourself?" Like, most conversations you're having with yourself are generally difficult conversations.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you think you've checked out? Ask yourself that question right now. Do you think you've checked out? Are you going through the same 9 to 5? Are you not thinking about things differently? How you can explore opportunities? Like even now, I ran an idea past you the other day about that website we was talking about. I won't give anything away because it's protected IP.
Patent.
Yeah.
Patented.
But that came through a few things. It came through how I've experienced things in my own construction business, but also now with the consulting. Well, what other things can I add as an added bonus, as an offer, as things that will help builders? And I'm like, this is lacking in our space. We should do something like that. And you're like, yeah, I can do that for you, no worries. Well, I don't know where I was going with that conversation now, but
It's that you haven't checked out.
Oh, yeah. So
You could have been running
that's
your
right.
day to day.
I could have just been doing my construction
Yeah,
business.
you'd be like, this is
And I
all,
could-
this is all,
This is it. And you know what? I could will do and still could do very well just from my construction business. But I've now gone out there and said, no, that's not enough. I need to make sure that no other builder experiences what I experienced during COVID. And I'm going to help every single one of them establish themselves as an amazing builder that makes a lot of money. That's what my next level for me was. And as a result of that, this idea that I came up with, and I mentioned to you, and you're like, yep, let's do it. I can do that for you, no worries. And then on top of that, well, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Now, people might look at me, and I've often been asked this, like, how do you do so much in your day? This podcast.
Yeah.
You know, how do you do it? How do you do so much in your day? So just don't fuck around. And I commit. I make the decision. You think I got podcast remorse after I walk out of here? Fuck, shouldn't have done that episode. It's too busy.
Yeah, like, damn.
You know what I mean? Over the next 2 weeks, I'm working 4 days. The next 2 weeks, I'm working 4 days. 3.5 if you exclude this podcast as work. Do you know what I mean? In the next 2 weeks. Fucking getting shit done. Still making the decision. I'm playing a bigger game. That's all it comes down to. And people just don't play that bigger game. They're comfortable. They're too comfortable, man.
They're scared.
We've talked about what does comfortable mean on a podcast as well. Like,
Yeah.
they're just sitting there, and what does it mean? Like, they've made the decision. I'm comfortable. I've got my 9 to 5. I've got a house that's half paid off. I've got this.
Okay.
I've got the nice. I've got a nicest car. I've got on a holiday once a year.
Here's another thing. I don't have an issue with if you got a 9 to 5 and you love what you do,
Yeah.
and you're generally a happy person, and you have a level of awareness and you understand, and you know what I mean, and that's what you want to do. Good on you. Do it. I know you don't have to.
You're very
Not everyone
right.
has to do.
Not everyone has to make $1 billion a year.
Yeah, not
and
everyone-
have a chopper and have all that.
Yeah,
sort of
not
stuff.
everyone
You're
has
so
to do
right.
what I want to do.
That's right.
You don't have to do that.
But if you're unhappy with where you are,
Yeah.
then that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
If you are genuinely,
sit
that's
there.
right.
Don't sit there doing that. But then someone said something to me the other day, and it was like, you know what I hate? I fucking hate this. Happy Friday.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
TGIF.
I fucking hate that so much. Happy Friday. What was wrong with the last 4 days?
Well, yeah,
Like, yeah, what's wrong with Tuesday?
Thursday shit.
Yeah. Like, what? Why is Happy Friday? Like,
Yeah.
so do you hate?
Hump day.
Yeah. Do you hate?
Monday-itis.
Monday-itis is fucked. Hump day. Hump day is just a reference. It's not. It's not good or bad.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
But it's the middle of the week. We're just over the hump.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
we're
fucking
coming into this. Yeah, it's still stupid. Yeah, without a doubt.
Think
People checking
for
out.
yourself. Yeah.
They're waiting. They're hanging. And Gary Vee says this a lot. If you're hanging for the weekend, your shit's broken.
And he's 100%
Yeah.
right.
Like, look at your life. If you're hanging for the weekend, you cannot wait to Saturday to have a day off. Then have a look at what you're doing in your life. Do you need to make a change? Because you should be pumped. Like Dana White says, he goes, Sunday night is like the best night of the week. Because can't wait to get to work the next day. He goes, let me out. I'm a greyhound. Where to go? got shit to do.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think he's a unique character.
Yeah, without a doubt. But a lot of those high-level achievers are.
They're
doing shit
100%, yeah.
completely different to everyone else. To everyone else. You know, like, this is what I genuinely believe this too. When, not if, but when. When I make it to the level that I know I will, do you know how many people I'm going to help? Do you know how many people are going to be positively affected by me, my massive success?
It is inevitable.
It's huge. It's huge. As you said, the families you're going to help, the people you're going to help, the things that are going to come to life. That's fucking amazing. It's like Adrian Portelli. All right? Look at what he does. He's made hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for himself. But look at how many people he's helped. Fucking good on him. I celebrate that shit. But look at how many people he's helped. He gives away a house a week or whatever it is.
Yeah, but he
gives it away.
He also makes.
But think about the life set. But imagine that. You're making millions and changing people's lives. Imagine you won a house from him.
Cool concept. Very cool concept.
Yeah, great concept.
Dude, that is, to me, that what he's done is very smart. In the sense of, I don't know if he saw it. Do you reckon he made it up?
Which? The concept?
Yeah.
I think so. I think he had the problem and then came across a solution.
So you reckon it was made in Australia?
His concept?
It is the lottery. That's what it is.
Yeah, but the way he's gone around it is...
It's private. It's private lottery.
That's right, but it's also... You got to buy a membership. So he can't just give the thing away. People buy a membership. Sorry, people can't win it. People buy a membership and then he selects a lucky winner or a lucky person to receive the prize.
It's not even a membership's one concept of it. You can just buy tickets.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can as well. But it's...
Because there's lots of people doing it now.
Yeah.
He's doing it at the highest level.
Yeah.
Like very few people are giving away houses. Some people are giving away cars, etc. But what it is, it's the concept of taking the lottery model and privatizing it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, do you think it was his own idea, or do you think because
it's got to be someone's?
Yeah, have you ever gone overseas and seen something and then said
that could work?
We don't fucking have that. Yeah.
My brother-in-law did that a long time ago. Boost juice. He saw a juice company overseas. He goes, "This would be fucking massive in Australia." And then like 2 years later, Janine Ellis started Boost Juice, all right, and killed it.
Yeah.
And he always says it. He's like, he goes, "I fucking came up with that idea first." I said, "Oi,
yeah. Sell your idea like
you're a dud."
What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that money you earned for thinking about it?
Exactly right. I said, you didn't do it. Okay, don't sit here and say I claimed it. No, you didn't do anything. Right? You've got to fucking put the action in. I don't want to hear this story of, I came up with that idea. Yeah, cool. I came up with the idea of Google.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything at all. You've got to put that idea into action. So...
Helping people.
Yeah, I genuinely believe I will help a lot of people.
You will have to.
Yeah.
It's not even a choice.
Yeah.
Like, no, not in the sense of you have to be a good person. Like, you will, by default.
By default.
Yeah. End up helping people. Even if you're a dick about it. Like, you will end up helping people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're going to give more jobs. You're going to employ more people. You're going to have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the people that stuck it out with me and did everything with me, look after them too. Yeah, everyone will benefit as a result of being connected with me, especially if you've helped me get to where I wanted to go.
You ride the bus, you fly in jet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dead set. Absolutely. So...
That question, when was the last time you changed your mind about something? And if you can't think of it at all, you're probably running on autopilot. Because it probably means you haven't changed your mind for a long time.
Have you answered that question yet?
Yeah, I feel like I have changed. Like when people see me now, like for example, if I see someone who I haven't seen since like my mid-20s or something, they're generally like, what happened to you, man? You know what I mean?
You've changed?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, fucking hope so. I saw a thing the other day and they're like, when your friends say to you, you've changed, they just don't know how to say you've grown. And I was like, that's it.
That's cool.
Chris Williamson. But yeah, I can't think of the most recent thing. But if you can't think of anything at all, or you can't think of anything within recent time, because I'm pretty sure if I think about it, I'll get something.
Yeah. We're limited with our time now, so I don't want to spend 5 minutes in silence.
Yeah. Dude, but there's there's people who have never changed what they eat. Yeah, you pretty much eat apart from satay chicken.
So, Mrs. Wong's.
But
Can't go wrong.
shout out to Glenda's. There's people who don't change anything in their life.
Yeah, creatures of habit.
Yeah. You're going to think about this next time you go down to Glenda's. But it's like, that's a level of awareness.
Yeah, I got a family member that's like that. I had a family, he literally went overseas and like for a holiday, came back 2 days later because it was too much of a change.
Oh, what?
They got anxiety, just like, no, I can't do this, I'm out. Better come back home. Came back home. Right, but also you look at everything day-to-day life as well. It's like very regiment.
Yeah, same thing.
This. Do something different. No. Don't fucking mess with the resume.
Look, there is power. There is power behind habit, but also if you just do the same thing you've been doing the whole time, you can get the same result you've got.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like that. And it's a perfect example of someone who's really smart, has great ideas, really driven.
Couldn't defeat their mind.
Yeah, couldn't get out of their own way.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out of their own way. And that's a shame. Guys, one of the most powerful things you can do these days, you don't have to be the best. This is where I'm going to win and where you're going to win. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the most creative. You don't need to be that person that takes shit to the next level. You don't need to be the next Steve Jobs. But you do just need to be consistent and you do need to work hard. Just work 10% harder than everyone else and you've won. Because people are not willing to do that extra little bit of work.
People suck.
They do. It's the fucking biggest advantage you have over everyone.
Yeah, it's your competition.
It's the biggest. Just be a little bit savage. Be a little bit savage and you've won. You'll clock the game. You know what I mean? You will win. Just be a little bit persistent, a little bit harder working than that next person. Do the 1 a.m. sessions where you got to work until the early morning. Submit that project. Do that task. And you will win.
There is, you've probably thought of something throughout this whole podcast, like something where you're like, fuck, you know what? I do have consistently done the same thing in this particular area and it might not be serving you anymore. Dude, it might even be the way you train. Like it might be a positive thing that you need to make better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're like, I've been going to the gym, but still got a gut. Oh, you know what I mean?
So funny you mentioned that. There's this guy at the gym that I see every single morning. Hasn't changed in the last 2 years.
Is he ripped?
Like, no, he's fat. He's there though, 6 a.m. every morning.
Yeah, credit to all the, you know what? I laughed then, but in all honesty, like I take my hat off to fat people in the gym. I think, you know what?
Great.
Full fucking gratitude.
When I say fat, I don't mean he's obese.
He's like skinny fat.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he hasn't changed at all, which to me says, okay, you may be strong, like physically strong, because you do build strength when you do go to the gym.
Is he strong? Like, does he lift
I
big
assume
weights?
so. I don't really watch him train. I just see him like.
Yeah, you walk past. You just
Yeah,
the
like
guy you
I
notice
said,
in the gym,
yeah.
like this guy's heels done.
But yeah, what I noticed was, okay, to me that's diet. Like he's just eating shit. He's not eating properly, and that's why he's not getting the results outside of the gym because he's doing something outside of it. But change that one thing. Ever since I started training with my personal trainer now, I used to go to the gym when I was in my early 20s, consistent, like 5 days a week. Me and my mates, one of my good mates, we're just obsessed. That's all we did. We'd work, gym, and we were
At night?
Yeah, mainly at night, like straight after work.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so we used to do that all the time. And mid-20s, I was probably in the best shape I've ever been. And where's I going with that? Oh, I was training a certain way, lifting a certain way. And this last year that I've been training with my new PT, he's like, dude, no, don't do that. Don't do this. He goes, like this, lift it like this. Changed everything.
Oh,
like technique.
Technique, yeah.
Yeah,
Massive.
like I thought I was lifting, like
everything.
I'm rounding my shoulders, trying to get the weight up. He goes, no, you're actually doing worse. He goes, you're lifting it up, but you're using the wrong muscle groups.
Muscles, yeah.
All right, you're making your shoulders bigger, not your chest. He goes, put your arms down, shoulders back like this. And he goes, and he shows me like lift that. I'm like, fuck, now my chest is burning. Like I can really feel it. Or my legs, or he goes, your knees buckle, don't. You got to stick your knees out. Like he's showing me these little techniques. And as a result of that, I'm physically stronger than I've ever been. Because now the muscles I'm training are actually getting trained.
So you're doing the same thing, you're just doing it in a slightly different way.
And I'm getting a better result.
Why did you not have a PT in your mid-20s?
Well, I never thought I needed it.
Never thought you needed it.
Yeah, I never thought, and I don't know what I did. I didn't know what I didn't know.
Did you change your mind about it?
I did. And there was a guy back then at the gym who was completely ripped. Like he was a bodybuilder, a natural bodybuilder. So he was actually quite large. And had I had the foresight I do today, I would have shook his hand and said, "Oi, let's go. Yeah, but also show me."
Oh, yeah.
Not to necessarily be that big, but I did the same thing now when I joined the gym here. Because again, I'm trained, I've gone down that path. I looked at all the PTs on the board. I looked at them. I go, no, you're fat. No, no, you're a girl. No. Well, why would I want a woman trainer to train me? Think about it. It's fucking stupidity. You might know shit. You're not a man. I'm a man. A man's going to know the male anatomy, the body, everything better than what she would, in my opinion.
Tuck your legs in. I can't.
But do you know what I mean? I'm sure they might be fantastic.
I 100% agree with you.
Again,
That would upset a lot of people.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Again, whatever. You can think what you want. But do you know what else I did? I said there's PTs in that gym that are not fucking in great shape. There's PTs in the gym. They're not great shape. Like, why would I call you? Not saying, when I say you're fat, you're not the body type that I want.
Yeah.
And then I found someone, and not to say the bodybuilder guy from when I was in early 20s, not that I wanted that body shape.
No, but do you know what it
he
shows?
knows shit that I don't know and that he can achieve in me. If I say, "Oi, I don't want this, but I want that," he goes, "Cool, I know what to do."
Because
absolutely, you do.
I've got results.
Yeah,
I've got a track record.
So I went on my PT. I spoke to him. He was a guy from New Zealand. I went on his Instagram page. I saw it. I go, "Mate, this guy's massive."
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that, dude. Like,
Nothing. I've got the best person in that space to help me because I didn't know my shit.
If you're going to hire a business coach and you're going to make 500 grand a year, your aim is to make 500 grand a year. Do you want the guy who's made $1 million, or do you want the guy who's made 100 million? You want the guy who's made 100 million every time because you're like, this guy knows more.
Exactly.
Clearly, this is the game I'm playing.
Exactly.
This is the exact same concept. This is the game I'm playing. I don't necessarily want to be a bodybuilder, but I'm going to go and get.
Yeah, and a lot of you haven't gone through the level of experience that we have as far as training, as far as growth, as far as business development. You haven't done that. So I'm telling you as a cheat code, go and seek the people who have the knowledge that you need to make the changes in your life because they will expedite it. You're learning. Effectively, that's what a mentor is. A mentor is someone that has experienced things that you haven't that will help you get to where you need to be.
You know what else is really big?
A coach will show you how to do it. The mentor is the one that gives you advice on how to get there.
That's done it.
Huh?
The mentor's one that's done it.
Yeah.
I think changing who you spend time with.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. I've seen change in that too. Without a doubt.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Osmosis is real.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. If you spend time with people, if all you mates went to the gym, you go to the gym. By default. You just feel like, I want to spend time with them.
Mm-hmm.
By default. And that, I think, is a catalyst for change.
Mm. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine every single one of your friends went to the gym. All together.
Yeah.
Trained together. All 5 of them.
Yeah.
And you're the 6th person.
What
did you guys do today? Oh, we're just at the gym. Why'd you come in, you fat fuck?
Yeah, I'm at Macca's.
Yeah, I'm at Macca's. Where's it, Macca's? You know what Happy Meals are now?
Come on.
Don't even know. They used to be $4.95.
Call me when you finish. It's a very powerful concept, man. Very, very powerful concept. But that question, when was the last time you changed your mind about something? Like, look back, anything, not just the things that matter, anything. When did you better your training? You might be doing well. Make it better. Do you eat a food you don't eat now? Dude,
do you know what another problem people find? I reckon that it's like, I'm not motivated to. Right? Motivations, I think, is a killer for them to actually get up and do shit. Fuck your motivation. All right? You shouldn't always be motivated. You think people are motivated every single day to have an ice bath? You think I'm motivated at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. to go to train at the gym? You think I'm motivated to come and have difficult conversations at the office with clients, with subcontractors? No. Do you know what gets you to achieve these things? Discipline. Discipline will get you there. The motivation will be a byproduct of it when you start seeing results and go, oh, okay.
Do you, but I also think people need to be connected to an end result.
Yeah, without a doubt. What's your goal? What are you trying to achieve?
Yeah.
You got to work, reverse engineer it to a degree. Absolutely.
And if you're not motivated,
what are you trying to achieve?
If you've got no motivation because you're not going to be motivated every day.
No, that's
Motivation's
what I mean. It's a resource you can only tap into every now and then. It's not constant.
It's like a shower.
There. Yeah,
You can't live in the shower.
that's right.
You can have a shower every morning, but you can't live in it.
Yeah.
But I think you need to be connected to the end result. And I think if you've got zero motivation, like none at all, you don't know, you're lacking awareness. You don't know what you like. Something pumps everyone up, dude. There's something that everyone can talk about like they're fucking a little kid.
Yeah.
Everyone. There's something where they're like, that's fucking sick, man. Like, yeah. And all of a sudden, where'd this energy come from? You know what I mean? Even if you're a very reserved person, I'm not a very loud person. I don't go into public and shout out loud and, you know what I mean? I'm not a loud person. But when I'm around smaller circles and I'm talking about what I like,
It's easy.
it changes. And I think for most people, that's the case too. And if that's not you, then you don't know what you like. And work it out.
Work it out. Very cool.
Work it out. Easy. And if that you're not pumped after that, shit.
You are not pumped
Sure.
right now. If you're not doing push-ups listening to this podcast,
Then you
what is going on in your life?
there's actually a book called Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Burchard. Do you know who Brendan Burchard is?
I don't think I do.
I reckon if you see him, you'd know him.
What's he known for?
One of the co-founders
Writing
of
books?
Kajabi.
Oh, is it?
He actually writes a lot of books too.
Yeah. No, I haven't read
He's a
that
trainer.
one.
He's a trainer. He's actually, that's his thing. He's a
Oh, yeah.
coach, trainer, high performance. I reckon you know him. When you see, if you saw his face,
Yeah.
he wrote a book called Motivation Manifesto. And it's a book that talks about different aspects of it and then asks you a bunch of questions at the end of every chapter. And it's good self-exploration. Like, you know, you'll learn some shit about yourself and what you like and what you don't. And I think that's step one. It's funny how we did that backwards, actually. He talks about changes and he talks about motivation.
Yeah. Here's the thing with books. I find that 90% of people don't read. You reckon that's a fair assumption?
I reckon it's more.
You reckon more don't read?
Yeah.
95?
Yeah, go to a fucking average room. You reckon 1 in 10. So if you get 30 people in a room, you reckon 3 of them read regularly? Yeah. I wouldn't think they do. You got to remember as well, we ask these questions in rooms full of people trying to get better.
That's right.
So that's why we see a higher
percentage.
Yeah, we see a higher percentage.
Yeah.
Most people are not.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Most people don't read.
Onto Netflix.
Most people don't, dude. People don't even listen to podcasts. Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Get better.
Not the people listening to this podcast, though.
Yeah, obviously, but
maybe pass this podcast on to someone that's not listening to a podcast, and so, this is where you need to begin. Right here.
You should listen to
$1 Million Days. Why do you think we called it $1 Million Days, guys? Like, think about it. $1 Million Days. We did that because it's our journey on the way to doing it, and we will do it. And with the day we do, I can't wait to come in here and go, done.
It's fireworks.
Done.
Bay Street.
We just did it. We clocked it. No, but for us to play a bigger game too, we wanted to have that level of achievement and goal in place, and we're reverse engineering it, making decisions to get to that space. But where I was getting at with books is not many people read. And many of you, arguably, that are listening to this podcast don't read or don't read enough. And think about a book this way. You've got a person who's achieved a remarkable level of success, put 30, 40 years worth of knowledge and experience in 300 pages. And you're so ignorant and arrogant that you're not going to pick up that book and say, this is going to help me. Especially if it's in a field that you want assistance in or you want to be better at. Just pick up a book. It's the best $30 you're going to fucking invest in your life. And a book can change your life.
A book will change your life.
Well, a book will change your life.
100
as big or as small as it might be.
The only way a book doesn't change your life is you don't learn anything from it. Yeah? And learning, the definition of learning is the same so what is it? Same situation, different behavior. That's learning.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because if you don't do it, it's the same situation, you do the same behavior, you haven't learned.
Yeah.
Yeah? So all you need to do is take a concept that allows you to change a behavior in a particular circumstance.
Yeah.
Hey, you can read a book and be like, I'm never going to fucking do any of that. Like, that taught me that I don't like that. And that could be the lesson.
That could be the lesson.
Yeah, that could.
Learn the thing that you don't like.
I don't want to do business. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is the worst book I've ever read. I do not want to get involved in business at all. That's my lesson. Guess what? You just got some level of awareness that you didn't have before. You know what I mean? You read a book, it teaches something you do want to do. Oh my God, this is how I sell. This is how I market. This is how I understand myself or others. This is how I influence. This is how I do this. This is how I do that.
I did this cool thing the other day, and it was a concept of doing an Instagram story and saying to everyone, I've got this, and some of you may have seen this on my page, you may not have, that's fine as well. Said, I got an offer. Because this is what I got, it's available for the next 5 days to the first 10 people that call me. All right, put your message in below, get in touch. And I saw the concept, and this person was saying how through this one small concept, they kept offering this over days and days and days. Got this product, this many days, this many people. So you're creating scarcity, you're creating value, you're creating urgency. You need to contact me, you're watching this, you're going to get the reward. I did that, and I actually made a sale of a $2,000 product.
Oh, good.
All it cost me was, like I posted that video 5 times, different one each time.
Bit of courage.
Yeah. But that one simple change that I had read somewhere, maybe $2,000 in that one instance. Now imagine I do that right now. Hey, I've got this, call me. You got 5 days, don't fuck around. After 5 days, this offer's gone. You won't get it back again. I've got this, call me. You've got 5 days, go. It's only available for 10 people. It's only available for 5 people. It's only available for 3 people. Right? And imagine I kept doing that and I kept getting offers every single day and giving it to people and say, yep, it's this much, cash your card. Bang. But from that one thing, it was literally a 30-second video for 5 days straight. 30-second video. Okay? Let's figure that out. Figure that out quickly for you.
What, 30 seconds?
No, into 2,000. So say it's 2 minutes. Oh,
It's about $100 a second. $80 a second.
what do I do how do I do that?
So 120 seconds? 2,000 divided by
120. Yeah, 120 seconds.
What's the outcome?
Divide up, so 20 by how much?
So 2,000 divided by 120.
166 and 66 cents
Well,
a second.
that wasn't very close. No, just the other way around. 120 divided by 2,000. It's got to be 8, dude. 83. I'm good at maths.
0.06.
Really not good at maths. What?
Anyway, that's fucking a lot of money for the time spent. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Now imagine you compound that and you do it more and do it more. I learned that from a book, from reading something.
What book?
Simple concept. It was actually online. It wasn't a book, but I read something. But I read it.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, should we share a book? Should we?
Oh, we mentioned this last episode, didn't we?
Should we?
Okay, good. Never read a book. Where do you start?
Me?
Yep. Well, where are you advising people? You've never read a book.
What was the
and where
first
do
book you read?
How to Win Friends and Influence
Fuck
People.
off.
Yeah, was it yours too?
Yeah.
Sick. Sick.
Fuck, what are the odds?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, fuck ya. Start there. All right?
What are the odds?
There you go. Full circle. How to Win Friends and Influence People.
That's funny.
Really good book. Really good
You know
book.
what? I don't like it.
Didn't you?
It's okay.
Look, for me as a first starting point to get to read books, I think it's good
It's an
because
easy read.
ultimately if you could, it's an easy read, but imagine how you can connect better with people. That's a good start, especially if you want to make some change in your life, especially if you want to get some results in your life. It's got to be through connections with people. So if you can start influencing your behaviors to do that, great place to start.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to talk about the book. Read it.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I was
absolutely.
going to talk about the book.
Just start there. Start with that one. And if you have read it, that's cool. Start somewhere else. Go to another book. Think and Grow Rich is another good
great book.
I actually really liked it for money. I liked the Richest Man of Babylon. The Richest Man of Babylon.
A few people told me to read that. I should
Look,
read
it's
it.
good. It's basic shit, but it's good. Like it's not.
Spend less than what you earn.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
stuff
blah.
like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but it tells it through a story, which is great.
I actually like books like that.
Yeah, it was actually really cool in that instance. It said it as a story.
Yeah, they're easy to read.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And there's
It was
characters
simple,
and blah, blah, blah. But there's
simple to read.
lessons in it.
And there was lessons in it, yeah.
It's like the 5 a.m. Club. Have you read the 5 a.m.
No,
Club?
I've got that in my collection, but I haven't read it yet. Yeah.
It's a story as well.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Characters. And
That's cool.
they all wake up at 5 a.m.
There was another one just like that.
I don't think he talks about waking up at 5 a.m. in the book.
Oh, doesn't it?
I can't remember. But it's a good read. There's some good lessons, and it's an easy read.
What a great way to finish off the episode. Get onto a book. Start reading, get involved, educate yourself, become better, achieve more, and you will reap the rewards. Simple as that.
Perfect ending.
Yeah. Thanks very much for joining us today. You're listening to us, but are you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Have you clicked that button multiple times? Have you shown your family? Have you shown your friends? Have you subscribed? If you do, I'll send you a Mars bar.
I'll see.
I'm going to send you a Mars bar, king size.
When was the last time you had a Mars bar?
Fucking not for a very long time. I probably prefer Snickers over Mars bar, in all honesty. But I don't eat it now. Like I look at it and go, no, it's not worth it.
Yeah, you're like 120 calories.
Yeah, not that I think calories. I just don't think I can eat that shit. I'll work hard.
I think
today.
calories, dude.
Do you?
I think calories massively.
I don't know.
If I'm trying to eat clean, I'm like calories. It's all calories. And
I love
nutrients.
donuts, and I never eat donuts. I look at it. I look at it and I'm like, couldn't eat it.
Why?
I just feel like I'm instantly going to get fat. Like all the work I've done for 6 months.
The game is calories.
It's probably worse. It's probably worse to have a Snickers than what it would be that. But I just look at it for some reason. I just go, I can't eat
Serious?
it. Yeah,
the game is calories, man.
I know.
You know, if you look at it and you're like, okay, cool, I will have less at lunch. You know what? I'll skip lunch today. I'm going to have 9 donuts.
I'm fucking around. Going big or going bigger.
Yeah, not here to play games.
I'm stuttering. Don't know what to say.
All
I need to say is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe everywhere you listen to your podcast, YouTube. Follow us on Instagram individually and also $1 Million Days, because we drop lots of little knowledge bombs throughout the week. We drop little snippets of the podcast too, which is great. The team does that. Robbie's team puts it all together, listens to every episode. Thank you, guys. I haven't shown my appreciation for some time, but thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you for cutting it up. Probably getting offended at half the shit that we're saying and still doing it anyway.
They're good. Good team.
Speak to you soon, no doubt. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Yeah, grab a book and a donut.
Book and a donut.
See you guys.